6 years ago, Tim Burton transported us back to Wonderland, with not a straight adaptation of the book, but rather a sequel to Lewis Carroll's classic story. And now we have what is essentially a sequel to a sequel. Oh, and it has time travel now. This is Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Have I come at a bad time? On the contrary, you were afraid you weren't coming at all. What's the matter?
The Hatter's the matter. Or the matter of the Hatter. The former. No, the latter.
Oh. Tweedles.
He's mad.
The Hatter? Yes, I know. That's his muchness. That's what makes him so... him.
But he's grown darker, less dafter, denies himself laughter.
I found Alice in Wonderland to be a solid little Burton-esque fantasy adventure with his usual tropes and visual style. Now James Bowman takes over as director, and the result is something that's a harmless diversion, but ultimately something not really that special. The time travel aspect is mainly used as a plot device to explore precisely why the characters in Wonderland are the way they are. But I never read or watched any iteration of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and wondered why the Queen of Hearts or Red Queen was always shouting off with their head, or why the Mad Hatter decided to choose his profession. And now that I know, at least in this universe, it doesn't really add that much to the characters. So much of this world appears to be pre-written, which is odd for a universe that's meant to be nonsensical and doing things without reason. This film tries to make you sympathize with the Red Queen, and I kind of did, but probably not for the reasons the movie intended. I mostly agreed with her on how annoying the Mad Hatter is, because Johnny Depp's performance really got on my nerves in this one, and it does not help that he looks like a freaky cross between Carrot Top and Ronald McDonald. Other than that, the visuals are extremely strong, and if you thought the Wonderland Burton created was too dark, you'll be happy to know Bowman makes it look a lot more bright and colorful this time out. No severed heads in a moat in this one. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. I also have to give credit to Sacha Baron Cohen, who is the best part of this movie with his interpretation of time. The marketing is oddly enough trying to make him look like a villain, but he really isn't. He's more like the Doc Brown of this movie, trying desperately to fix the space-time continuum. Otherwise, I just mostly resign myself to the pretty colors and eye candy, and Depp aside, I was never annoyed or bored by this film. There's just nothing special or urgent about it, and it only really exists because Alice in Wonderland made over $1 billion. People were wondering if I was planning on seeing Shane Black's new film, The Nice Guys, so I decided to catch up with it. Here you go.
Did you fall down the hill?
I had like 2 or 3 drinks tops.
Yeah, that's why you can't walk straight.
Oh, excuse me, I'm carrying a dead body and I have a schwanz in my face, so I'm sorry I'm not Kishnarov.
You can't even say Baryshnikov. You did, didn't you? You fell down the hill. You get drunk, you lose your gun, you take your header off the balcony, and now you're going to tell me it's like a hallowed time on a detective ploy, right?
It was very slippery up there, okay? I was in the pool.
You were in the pool?
Yeah.
Why?
I had to question the mermaids.
Shane Black does a good job of capturing the 70s setting and seedy underbelly of the golden age of porn. There's also the expected snappy dialogue from the director of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling have great chemistry, particularly as they play with their personas as the tough guy and the family man respectively. However, Angourie Rice also manages to hold her own and proves to be that tag-along child character who doesn't feel like an unnecessary add-on. She's smart beyond her years, but not in a way that feels unrealistic. Admittedly, the main case primarily exists to bring Crowe and Gosling together, and it doesn't take long to figure out who's behind everything. But I feel like Shane Black is aware and not so subtly reveals who the culprits are halfway through, so we can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the dialogue and comedic antics without trying to stay one step ahead of the leads. And that's fine. The Nice Guys more than does its job as an entertaining buddy detective film that follows the traditions of the genre while also taking us back in time. Thanks for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.